Just a bunch of poor boys, daddy's girls, children of the cornfield, trying to turn a shift job into a dollar bill.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. This week's matchup featuring two teams who both came away with wins a week ago and know it should be a good battle today. It's the Seahawks going up against the Rams. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Larry, we haven't had NFL football in this city for 22 years, but football is back here in Los Angeles. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week, they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, their head coach has got to believe it in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
While in college, quarterback teams that improved their win total from 1 his freshman year to 5 his sophomore year to 8 his junior year. Love that type of improvement. Love that type of diligence.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Second and 5. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. Finding time. Great protection. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for L.A. 47 yards.
When I watched Jared Goff on tape at Cal, I saw a guy who wasn't just a dart thrower. You know, a lot of people said, he's perfect for the West Coast offense. I always thought he could do a little bit more, and that was the reason why. He can push it downfield. He has a good, strong arm.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
I always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
Now Goff. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 30.
Out of the gun. Goff. He's got time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jaron Reed with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Goff now to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Preston Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, this defensive unit certainly picked a great time to make a stand. Back-to-back sacks, starting with first and goal. I have to believe that they'll continue to bring the pressure on third down.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. Third and long. It's Goff. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So the opening drive for him here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. To give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Still second down.
So that last play called back after the penalty, 2nd and long here.
No. Jack, Patrick.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. His throw incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So a pass interference here, and this is obviously a call we see all the time, but for the defender, it's becoming almost impossible to play defense in some of these situations.
You're trying to play through the receiver to the football. If there's any contact at all before he gets there, those officials will throw the flag and call interference.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 2nd down now after the incompletion. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, where a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw. I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle, because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. We focus our attention on the Seahawks defense now. And they did well down near the goal line last time, forcing him to settle for a short field goal.
And in today's day and age, settling for a field goal of that distance is amazing. You can get 3 points now, where it's going to give you only 1 point for the extra point, which would be a little bit longer. But they have to feel fantastic about only giving up 3 in that situation. It could have been so much worse.
Yeah, could have. Now can they carry that over? And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Another carry now for Gurley. Touchdown, LA! Todd Gurley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are going to jump back in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. This is taken at his 4th. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, you gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Man, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed. Over.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going left side, it's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Their dangerous wide receiver hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. Took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. All right, here we go. Boom.
To throw on 2nd down is gone. Surveying the field. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. So the Rams call on Johnny Hecker here to punt it away on 4th down. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
They'll set up a throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now they're in the hurry-up.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
2nd and 10. Goff again. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And they'll bring him down. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Johnny Hekker now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm, throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan, fine-tuned before they put into it.
And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Aaron Donald, he's the one to get it, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
On first down, gone. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. A gain of 6 there on first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Throwing on third. Gone. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley, and it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A.
I remember growing up playing basketball. My coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense. No football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they were able to react and knock the ball away.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
They'll look to throw here. Going up top. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case,
and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
After the interception, here's Goff. He's got time in the pocket. Look at the time. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
They'll come out in the pistol. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They come out here in the eye. Gurley again here on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big time.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Shipped together here from the D-line. Now Goff. Finding time. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
you have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the fourth quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is. But conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Back to throw here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have a field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Again, we'll see the pistol here. To throw on second down is gone. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got Moncrief. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Completes it to Moncrief, left side. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. To the air again. Goff. He's got time. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding.
He's back to throw. Surveying the field. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Frank Clark in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. He'll look to throw. They'll throw underneath for Gurley. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Back to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. He's got time in the pocket. This will be caught at the 2. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Offense.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They run the counter now on 1st down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on 2nd. And they'll run it here. And he's got some space here. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go. Green,
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now they try the right side here. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go now. Green,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Rams, it's starting to look like it was.